In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to get amazing headshots with just one light. I'm going to walk you guys through two bulletproof headshot lighting and also some tips to use in getting amazing headshots. Let's begin. What's up guys, Brian here once again, and finally you guys can get to see my face. This is my first video with me appearing, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to take amazing headshots. I've been taking headshots for a while now and people really love my headshot and have always asked me how I got it done. So that's what I'm going to do in today's video. And I'm photographing Nelson over here. Is an amazing artist, and I'm going to share his work with you guys. Like, I'm going to drop a link to his work in the description box, and behind me in charge of the video is Apex. So let's get started. The first lighting setup I'm going to show you guys is called the Rembrandt Lighting. And to achieve the Rembrandt Lighting, let me first turn on the modeling lamp. I'm not sure you guys can really see it from there, but when I take a picture, you'll be able to see it. To achieve the Rembrandt lighting, you take the light to the side of the model or the client, then you angle it down at 45 degrees. So you angle it down and then, raise it up. Let me take a picture of that and show you what it looks like. Okay, look at me. Stand straight. So another thing I do when I'm working with my clients is, especially when it's a first timer, I talk to them to get them comfortable in front of the camera. I tell them not to, worry about the posing that I'm going to pose them, I'm going to direct them and all that. And once you just tell them that, they'll kind of relax. Normally they're like, am I doing it well? Am I not doing it well? So you just have to get them to be comfortable in front of the camera. Then another tip for headshots is the outfit. When the person is wearing a cloth that fits very well, the pictures will come out better than if the cloth was either undersized or too big, too baggy. So make sure, or if you have control over what your client is wearing, try to get them to wear something that fits them very well. So back to the lighting. Let me take a picture of this and show you what the lighting looks like. Okay, bring your chin down. Good. Chin down further. Turn your body towards me. Towards me. Yes. All right. So what the Rembrandt lighting does is it illuminates completely this side of the face and puts this other side of the face in shadow, but there is a square here that will just, mark the Rembrandt lighting. So once I take a picture, from the picture you can see this side of the face is illuminated, this side is darkened. Why I love this lighting is that if a person has a fat face or a fat body, it trims it down because some part of the face is in shadow. So it's very beautiful when, if you are snapping someone that has a very big face. So it just trims down. And most of the time, it might look too dark or too contrasty on the dark side. That's where a reflector comes in. So if you bring a reflector over here and take a picture again, look at me. You notice that the shadow is lifted. That side of the face is brighter now. So that's the first lighting setup, Rembrandt. Now, if you look at the picture, I'm using an 85 beauty dish, collapsible beauty dish here, and the light from it is kind of very directional and punchy. If you want something that is more, that wraps around more and looks more, what should I call it, softer, you can use a bigger modifier, like a 160 cm umbrella. So I'll just change this modifier to the 160 cm umbrella, take a picture and show you guys how a bigger modifier changes the entire look of the picture. Okay, I now have the 160 cm umbrella, and it's set up in the Rembrandt lighting, which you won't really see since most of the shadow will be gone by the time I take a picture. So I'm going to take the same picture and you just see the difference. Okay, let's go. Look at me. Turn, face me completely. Good. Chin down. Good. Now we have another picture, and if you look at the picture now, you notice that the light is less contrasty. It wraps around. There's still the triangle and all that, but the shadow is lesser. So that's what the bigger umbrella does. It just makes the light softer and spreads it out more. So depending on the look you are going for, mostly for headshots, you want the light to be as soft as possible because you're not trying to do a dramatic picture. It's just trying to show the person in a professional way. So you can even bring in a reflector if you still want to cancel the shadow more. And yeah, so now let me pose him, direct him, and just take some beautiful pictures of him. All right, so just the same way you're standing, bring your chin down, up a little bit. Okay, good. So generally I start by taking straight up picture of the person. Straighten your head a little bit. No, just a little. Good. Give me a smile. A mouth smile. Yeah. Good. No, bring your hands together the way it was. Good. Give me the smile. Chin down. Beautiful. Then turn your body towards the light stand. Your body towards. No, this other way. Good. Yes. So another thing I do is I normally make the client face 45 degrees to how they were standing before. This will, cut some part of their body. There are some people that when they face the camera completely, they look bulky. So once they turn to the side, most of that bulkiness is lost and, you just have a very nice picture. So bring your chin back. Good. Chin up a little bit more. No smile. Then give me the smile. Beautiful. So another thing you could do is to change the angle of the picture, like where you're capturing it from. You can take it from below the eye level, around the eye level, and above to see which one will look better. So let me show you what that looks like. Stand straight towards me. Okay, let's go back to the 45 to the side. Bring your face towards me. Good. So I'll take it from below. This one will make him look powerful because he's looking down at us. Take it from around the high level. Good. Then I'll take it from above the eye level. And this is really useful when you are using a mirrorless camera because you can easily, see it. Just the difference in angle can really change the picture or how the person looks altogether. So that's enough for the first lighting setup. Let me move on to the next lighting setup. Okay, this is the second lighting setup for my headshots. Now, this lighting setup is called beauty lighting, and the light will be directly above the subject. But what I like doing is I tilt it down a little bit towards the subject so that this end of the light can, fill in the shadows here. Because if it's just perfectly, straight, you have some shadows, especially if the person eye is the type that going, so you have some shadows there. But once you tilt it a little bit down, some light from here will fill up the shadow on the person's face. So this lighting setup is very popular. In fact, I'm sure most of you already know this. Very popular amongst photographers is the beauty lighting setup. And the pictures that come out of it are just beautiful because it looks most of the time like, natural light, what you get outdoor if you go outside. So I'll just start taking pictures with this lighting setup. But for you to get this lighting setup, you need to get a C stand, like a stand that has an arm that you can extend and angle the light. Because if you are trying to use it on a regular stand, you notice that the arm of the stand or like the rod of the stand will block your view. So it's better you have a C stand that you can extend it out and take the picture without being obstructed. So let's take a picture with this and see what it looks like. I think that's too high. Let me bring it down a little bit. Okay. Okay, take a step forward. No, oh, that's too much. Okay, good. Just face me completely. Great. Bring your chin down. Good. So now, if you look at the lights, it looks very different and it's very beautiful. It works very well with him. But the disadvantage of this light is if someone has a very big forehead, this light will make the forehead to like really stand out. So that's why if you have to look at your client, if they have a very big forehead, use the Rembrandt lighting. But if they have a normal size forehead, then you can use this lighting. So let me take some pictures of him and let's see. Take your chin down, straighten your face. Okay, okay, a little bit. Good. Give me a smile. Beautiful. Turn to the side the way you did before. Then take a step forward, half a step. Good. Then bring your face towards me. Beautiful. Turn towards me. Your body a little bit. That is okay. Chin up a little bit. Chin up, chin up. No, no smile. Just chin your chin up a little. That's too much. A little bit down now. Good. Give me the smile. Another thing you can do is to add in a reflector. So depending on your modifier, if you're using a big modifier, sorry, a small modifier, you might have a lot of shadow. So you can bring in a reflector directly under here so that the light is coming down here, it's bouncing here and touching the subject. So you can get a reflector holder, you can get someone else to assist you, or you can just hold it yourself depending on the lens you're using. So for this example, I'll just hold it myself and, okay, chin down a little. Beautiful. Give me a smile. So you can see the reflector adds a catch light to the client's eyes, which is really beautiful. That small spark of light that you see in his eye, that's what the reflector does. And it also eliminates the shadow under his chin. There's also this special kind of reflector. This one, they call it, I think they call it the highlighter. It's also very beautiful for this lighting setup. Just set it up under the client, raise it up. Okay, come forward. And take a picture, and it will create this really beautiful catch light in the client's eyes. So let's see. Take a step this way. Good. No, just good. Relax your lips, relax your face. Just breathe in and out. Yeah, good. Chin up a little bit more. Give me the smile. Turn to the side the way you did before. Okay, let's try this other side. Yeah, not so much. Bring your body back. Good. Tilt your head a little bit. Not so much. Yeah. Chin down. Give me the smile again. Good. So another thing is if you want the background to be darker, just move your subject and everything forward. So if you have a studio that is big enough and your background is too bright, just move everything forward or adjust the lighting. So that's it for this video, guys. Now if you're interested in learning how to take amazing headshots with 2 lights and 3 lights, let me know and I'll make another video on that. But for this video, that's it. So if you enjoyed the video, give me a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And in the comment section, drop the kind of videos you want to see. And also, let me plug myself here. I am a retoucher. If you have some images you want retouched, hit me up for my rates and I'll give you excellent service. And also, if you're watching this video, you probably want to take a headshot. After taking the headshot, if you don't know how to edit it, hit me up and I'll help you with the editing at a fee. So that's it for this video, guys. See you in the next one and bye.